I
What's up?
really just don't like me in the back seat with the dog. I ain't feeling that. I
I,
don't like the way my arms positioned. You know what I'm saying? I ain't feeling none of that.
I think it's cute, but I'll do something different. You got to send me another track. Ain't you ready? Ain't y'all ready for something different?
I actually, you know what? I was literally just listening to that, and I'm like, damn, this shit cold. I kind of want to keep it now, but
I mean,
I can send some more stuff. But
hey, most shows, at least for the first season, had the same music.
that's right. So we're gonna rock out. But we'll rock out for another 3 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe another month. Then we'll get something new in.
So going into September, it's something new for the fall.
That's nah, damn. August is the start of the new quarter, ain't it?
No,
Yes, it is. No, yeah. Quarter two is
quarter
April, May,
two.
June, July started the new quarter. Okay.
Yeah.
So September, yeah, because September starts the fourth quarter. October,
No,
October
October
starts
starts
the
the
fourth
first.
quarter.
Yeah.
How I
We'll get together. The last three
Every
months.
3 months is a quarter.
oh, I was doing every. Never mind. You're right.
Every 4 months would be a third.
Right.
All right. So, are you gonna introduce yourself?
What's
No,
up, girl Nicole Renee?
Oh, Renee? Okay.
Renee. Yeah, she uses
My
her
boy
middle.
Jay. And this big nigga drinking the smoothie would be Batman, aka Lavelle.
That is true. Boy, Veil, Batman, Smoke, Veil, Focus One. You know, I got all the AKAs.
Yeah, that was a thing for a while.
That was my thing. Hold up. Hmm. How was y'all? We just to let y'all know. I made a new smoothie today. It's like that dreamsicle. It kind of big. I put too much orange juice in it though. Orange is a little overpowering right now, but if I wouldn't have put as much orange juice in it, it would have really been banging.
What's a dreamsicle?
Orange and ice cream.
Yeah,
Oh,
like that. But it's orange juice, uh, pineapple, banana, and vanilla yogurt. I think that's all I used in that one. I should have used mango juice in it. That would have been same mango puree. Banging.
so are you having it showing? Are you seeing it on Facebook and everything?
We on Facebook.
What about YouTube?
I haven't checked YouTube. I can check right now. Hold up.
You having an issue? Technical issues?
Nah, she just wanted me to check, I guess, to make sure. Because, like, last week it came, it took a minute before it,
No, sent me sent the message saying
said again.
man sent the message saying something going on with the internet
When he sent that message.
just now.
Just now.
Oh, we up on YouTube.
Oh,
What's up? What's up, little bro?
No, what up, man? Yeah, we look like we up everywhere, so I don't know what.
I'm gonna hit you when I get off here, little bro. I got to show you something.
I don't
All
think.
right, we got everything set in the background.
Give me
So
one second, and we'll
say,
be ready to rock.
I just like to say real quick that cameras are like so very disrespectful and mean and jealous.
What what you mean?
So yesterday I was feeling like looking in the mirror like, okay, I'm losing weight, I'm looking cute. So I went to a mic, got up thing or whatever. And Tammy sent me some pictures that this photographer took of me while I was up singing. And hell no, I I wasn't as cute as I thought I was. I was jealous, boy, making me look like that.
Was it the angles? It was just bad angles.
I don't know what it was, but I was like, that's what I was looking like.
Which pictures you talking about?
I ain't post them.
Oh, okay.
I, I'm not. I looked like Nail.
What? Hold up. Hold up. What?
I said I looked
She
like
look like Lunel.
Lune. That's not to say nothing bad about Lunel, though.
nothing wrong with Luna. Just
Speaking of, a couple weeks ago, she was on the internet showing her titties to the inmates.
Yeah, she was trying to give him something. You know what I'm saying? To give him a little. What she say? Brighten up their day or something.
Yeah, I hadn't. Even I just realized earlier this week that was a thing.
What?
People was, I guess, upset about it.
I don't understand how she was live with the inmates. How they get a phone or whatever to be on Instagram Live and stuff?
Phones in jail ain't new.
They
right.
ain't new, but it's contraband, so you don't really be out there just like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I seen pictures of niggas in jail with Domino's pizza. You know what I'm saying? So like,
They let them order pizza. If is I don't know if they still doing it, but I know at the county there, um, I had heard that it's to order pizzas and stuff now. I don't know if they still do it, but this was after I.
No.
I seen way worse than a cell phone or niggas incriminating themselves with the cell phone.
How was your week, Jay? Did you tell it? I'm sorry, I was talking to the producer, to Maine Jones in the background.
My week was a little stressful. I got a couple weeks ago. I had took over somebody else's position, and end of month makes a world of difference. So it was a lot of stuff that I had to catch up and try to get pushed out by the end of today. So a little stressful. I worked a lot of hours this week. I didn't even get a chance to call you and ask you why I ain't talk to you.
my week was slow. Like I didn't really do a lot of work this week. I probably won't really get back to work till next week coming up. But I got progress going at the crib. You know, I got the RV at the crib. We tore it down, so we're remodeling it. Progress going good with that. Other little things, everything moving slow. My third quarter, this first one of my third quarter, it plateaued out. Like my energy level dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just my energy level wasn't there. So I need to pick back up because my second quarter ended good, like on the upswing, and this third quarter just like it's almost like a weight loss thing. You know, like your weight loss, a couple months you'll get there, like you lose a couple pounds, then you be working, but it seems like it all just flatline on you. That's how my third quarter been so far at the month of July. Hopefully it pick up with football going on. Practice for football been cool. So I'm seeing hopefully everything pick up from there. And we'll see how the third quarter keep going. I think I just got to sit down and actually, I ain't put my goals down for this quarter. I think that's what it is. You know what? And earlier on, I had the mindset that I didn't have to write things down. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, as long as if I made a goal up, if I come up with a goal, as long as I kept it in my head, knew what I was gonna do, I can move toward it. Now it's like if I ain't writing it down, I get a little off the track. off the path. You know what I'm saying? So I need to start putting pen to paper still a little bit more now. And getting accountability partners. I need some people to kind of just like know what's supposed to be going on so they can check in with me. And like, hey, just that little bit of, hey, so the such and such happened. Did you get that little bit of thing done? You know what I'm saying? That little bit of nudge help out. So I think that's what my goal is, to end out the first month. So before this weekend is up, I need to kind of get those things set in place. So going into this next part of the quarter, things can get back on track. I think that's what my week looking like. So did we get your week though, besides your pictures?
My
Is it just me or is everybody echoing?
is
That's
it?
you.
It's just me?
Yeah.
I think it's our talk. Um, my week has been a little. I don't know, stressful. I still got a lot of stuff to unpack. Egypt's birthday was yesterday,
Happy belated.
and so the day before. Well, okay,
Your birthday wasn't yesterday.
what was yesterday? The 29th?
Yes.
We celebrated both days, so
Okay.
birthday was Wednesday. But so okay, here's the rundown. Monday, Ladybug, which is my dog, throwing up everywhere, right? Um, then later that night, because she won't boo boo, so I'm like, okay, let me take her outside because she pooting and stuff too. So I'm like, her little stomach tore up, so I take her outside. She usually won't go on the only on the grass. As soon as we get to the sidewalk, it looked like a Wendy's Frosty everywhere. So then the next morning, I'm
Did
like,
you clean it up?
how I'm gonna get it up?
In terms of my mission, my purpose.
My fault.
So the next morning, I jump up like, oh, Ladybug, because I didn't want her, boo booing in the house because she's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Take her out, it's like mucus coming out. So I take her to the vet. Now, this is the day before Egypt. I take her to the vet. They're like, oh, we're going to get her, blah, 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 blah. We'll call you. When they call me, guess how much they talking about the bill? $700.
Oh shit.
He had to go from that one, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm like, wait a minute, what is that including? So I said, all I need is for whatever you said our issue was, some kind of gastrointestinal infection, and you have to give her 3 shots. That's what I'm paying for today. I'm not paying for no blood work. I'm not paying for no vaccination. She up to date. Why are you trying to give her more? It was still like $320 the day before Egypt. So then Egypt birthday come. Um, we had No, that day before her birthday, I had, because I started incorporating chicken back into my diet.
I
So
did not know that.
right, I started incorporating chicken back into my diet. I'm gonna have to stop it. I think my body is in shock and saying no. So I had a chicken sandwich from Checkers, and it gave me a headache. And I went to bed, woke up the next morning with the same headache and feeling nauseous. Um, Took Egypt. We went to Fridays. That tore my stomach up that night. The next morning, yesterday morning, take her to get her nails done. We got a salad.
I'm listening.
The salad and a frost. I had a shake, which I shouldn't have had because I ain't supposed to have, lactose and stuff like that. And that tore my stomach up, right? Still went to Chili's, right? Afterwards. Threw all of that up. So I'm still feeling my stomach is feeling real nauseous right now. I'm feeling a little nauseated still. If I ain't know no better, I would be sitting here thinking like, dang, hopefully I ain't with child, but we know that ain't no possibility.
Okay.
But I just don't really feel good. And now Egypt got school starts Monday. I ain't bought her a sock yet. Tristan need more clothes for school and all this other extra stuff that he
When
needs.
he's supposed to take off? The 11th?
No, I got to take him to get tested for COVID because we have to request a move-in date. And he can move in between the 10th and the 15th. So we're shooting for the 13th, that Friday. Then he'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then Monday is school. So we're shooting for the 13th to take him on that Friday.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm gonna need a job sooner than later. I was hoping I could, chill. And I'm kind of comfortable. I'm kind of, feeling like I don't want to go back to work.
Did you check on the new jobs?
I've been looking at jobs, maybe work from home. I'm enjoying my freedom.
Okay, so now, with that being said, there is nothing that you would want to do that you can probably make money without really going back to work, like working for yourself.
I have no idea what that is. I've been sitting here thinking, what can I do? I'm sitting here contemplating DoorDash.
Well, I mean, that's kind of still working for people. I'm saying, so like, say if you were knocked out sleep and somebody woke you up at 2 in the morning and you just had to have a conversation, what would probably you talk? If you had to drive the conversation, what would you talk about?
Nothing. What you want? It's like
I'm
if I
saying, but you have to have a conversation. There's nothing you would talk about. The first thing you talk about when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you want to talk about?
I don't, maybe you don't know your sister that well, because I don't want to talk to nobody.
I'm not saying that you want to talk to people. I said the thing that you want to talk about.
Um, I can't think of nothing.
So you're not interested in anything, is what you're saying.
That's what it's kind of feeling like. I don't know. I mean, I don't wake up with a certain thing. It's no longer music, even though I talk about music a lot because my friends are music. So when I talk to Tammy, it's always about music. When Rob called me at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, it's about music. But
But you don't want to talk about music.
I mean, I just wouldn't bring it up. I just talk about stuff that interests me, interesting topics that'll make you think. That's the type of stuff that I would want to talk about, even if it's current events. Like, did you hear about this? What you think about this? And discuss it. I really like talking to people about their point of views of things and what they think about stuff.
Well, then that's your interest. That was simple.
I don't know how to make money off of that though.
But there is a possibility. There is a way to make money off of that. Basically, that what you're saying is you like podcasting. That's what podcasting, um, old age TV show hosts, you know what I'm saying, talk show hosts, stuff like that. There, news anchor is things of that nature is what you're looking for. But you are more so thinking you like it as a current event thing. You know what I'm saying, so like as a wide variety. It's not just like my buddy Paris. You know what I'm saying. She's more of a dialed in a niche. A niche. She's more straightforward. Like okay, she likes mental health care, personal care, things like that. She's into that vein. Where you're saying that you more so like just like basically what we do here now. Whatever came up, you like. I don't want to shout out nobody else shit, but you like shade room. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, basically like that.
Yeah, but more interesting stuff. I think the shade room be. I look at say stuff be interesting, but some of the stuff be like, why are you talking about that? Who cares? But I get, yeah, not gossipy though. I ain't talking about gossip.
So what are you talking about?
More
Now,
like
this is the thing, because we could turn this into a business 101 podcast today. Get your pad and paper out. You know what I'm saying? We can go from there.
it's more um to get your wheels turning. Just like the topic that was posted for today. That's interesting to me. I'm kind of like, yes.
What's going
I,
on, Lamar?
I, huh?
I'm speaking to the people as they come in.
Oh. Um like what our topic is supposed to be for today. That's so interesting to me, and I'm eager to hear people's thoughts and to share my thoughts.
Okay. So it sounds like you found your passion. You just need to sit down now. Okay, this is the one thing about that though. First off, you have to be 10 toes down with it. So you have to realize that it's not going to be easy. You're not going to jump into it from day one and it's going to set you where you think you need to be. You're not going to get to the end path from day one. You got to be willing to put in a little bit of work. My thought would be if you are already prepared to go to where you are and not work anyway, you have to take some time off before you have to go to work anyway. That's the time you should take and start getting on that path and setting things up right with it. And then if you do have to go back to work, it'll only be for a short period of time because you already got the groundwork set for your exit from the workforce. There is ways to make money just by giving your opinion or listening to people or giving a platform for people to actually come and talk to you. I mean, one of the vehicles you're on it right now is just the way on how it's presented and what you do marketing wise and how many people you can get it in front of and things of that nature.
Jay,
Jay, you all right, Jay?
Yeah, my signal acting up a little bit.
Oh, you got that 999?
Nah. Excuse me. Nah, we good.
So I don't know if y'all want to round back to this or we can talk about that when we get off the air or whatever. Because it seems like Nicole kind of eager to get into today's topic.
I ain't that eager. Just saying. I think it was eager.
Hmm?
I said I think it was eager.
Yeah.
See, I ain't feeling it.
I mean, we can roll and then if we can always circle back around to people's callings of that's the nature because the topic I guess for today because we usually try to wait for some people to get in but we've been on a couple minutes. The topic for today is how's it been set forth? Can you speak your mind without being?
Does speaking your mind make you? Did it say homophobic or just
Just
phobic?
the phobics, period.
The phobics.
All of them. The phobics. Hold on, let me see this because this is my. I guess where it stems from is the baby's comments. You know exactly. I know what he said. He said something about put your phone in the air if.
So what he said was, if you don't have HIV or AIDS or sexually transmitted disease that'll kill you in about weeks or something like that, put your phones in the air, fellas. Ain't gonna be sucking dick in the parking lot. Put your phones in the air, ladies. If your booty smell like water, put your phones in.
Okay, so the sucking dick was last. He said that walking off stage, like that was his drop the mic statement right there. It was like I got him with this one. So, but now there's a bunch of backlash for it. So,
Right.
what are your thoughts, Nicole?
I mean, basically, I agree with T.I. You hear me?
I did
With
not.
T.I.?
Yeah, I said I agree with T.I. and
What
so
did you say?
many things. Basically, like one thing he said was, if homosexuals have more rights than heterosexuals, just say that. If they can speak their mind, he used Little Nas X as an example, but I think he was just using him as a representation of the LGBTQ, not really attacking him per se, but just basically saying if he could speak his mind, then the baby should leave him alone. He should be able to speak his mind. If little baby feel like he identified with not sucking dick, he should be able to call all the people that don't suck dick, like me, put the phones in the air. You know what I'm saying? Not like me, but like him.
Oh,
Oh, shut up, Rev. You got me. You got me. Okay. But I just feel like from
Oh,
me knowing a lot of homosexuals, they're fun, they're funny,
hold on,
but
yeah.
they reckless with their mouths. They say whatever they want to say. They go as low as they want to go. And be cutty and cut you and will say some stuff that will hurt your feelings. But the minute you say anything about home LGBTQIA, it's over for you. You can't. It's like heterosexual people are silenced. You can't say anything against them, but they can attack you all day. And it's just from what I see. And when you look at the baby, um, the baby, allegedly killed a man at Walmart. The charges were dropped because the witness became unavailable. He also slapped a female fan at one of his shows. He raps about killing black people, but now all of a sudden businesses and stuff want to cancel him and take away shows when he offends who? The homosexual community. All this other stuff wasn't enough to stop working with him, huh?
I can say that I agree with 100% with everything you said. Um, but what is also, I guess, to play devil's advocate, we had a conversation a couple weeks ago about um, entitlement and people feeling like they should be able to say what they want when they want. And this kind of sounds like that same situation. If we, and I don't want to tread this line because the way that I'm gonna say it is gonna sound like I'm comparing the two, and I'm not. But just saying that to, if we want to be equal, if we're gonna say that we're not gonna allow certain groups of people to say certain words that are protected by us or whatever, or certain things to us, whatever it is, then we kind of have to respect when other groups say that about whatever it is that they don't want said about them. You know what I mean?
But
Say
he
that
didn't
again.
say nothing about
Say that
them.
again for me.
We had a conversation a couple weeks ago when we were saying we were speaking about the entitlement of some white people where they might want to say, and this is just using this as an example, they might want to say the N word. We call that just entitlement, right?
Right.
When you use words or say things that may offend certain groups, and in my mind, to be 100% honest, I don't believe that the LGBTQ plus community I don't want to say they didn't have the right to, but I don't see where they were offended. If anybody should have or could have been offended, I believe it could have been anybody that's been infected with AIDS or HIV. Those are the people that I think that really should have been offended. But what they did was they kind of twisted his words and made it seem like he was saying only homosexuals get AIDS or HIV.
Right.
They turned it into something that it really wasn't. But to get back to my original point, I feel like even if we just don't minimize it to that group of people with HIV and AIDS. What he said was offensive to them. If we're gonna say that certain people can't say certain things about our group, we gotta respect if that group is upset. You see what I'm saying?
But he
We
didn't
gotta,
say anything about them. He should be able to say, if we go back to the dick, everybody who up in here don't suck dick, put your lighters in the phone or in
I
the
don't want to go
air.
back to the dick.
I mean, he
I
should
was
have a
never
right
into
to
dick.
say
There was
that.
nothing for me to go
I'm
back
saying,
to.
wait a minute, what you mean you don't want to go back?
There was nothing for me to go back to.
I'm just saying he should be able to say that. He didn't say it was wrong. He just said, fellas, if you ain't sucking dick. That means there's a group that ain't sucking dick. There's a group that is sucking dick in the parking lot. He didn't say, ew, you other ones nasty, or you he didn't say that.
I agree, but we also got to be real and understand what was being insinuated too. Like,
But it don't
let's
matter.
we talked about this before. Intention is what don't matter. What happened is what matters. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of whether or not his intention was to offend, he offended people. You know what I mean? And what I did appreciate from him was the fact that he stood on what he said. Whether you right, wrong, you made a mistake. If you make a mistake, you apologize, and he did apologize. But he also stood on what he said, that he wasn't trying to offend anybody. And he did say that he would like to apologize to people who were affected by AIDS or whatever the case may be. But to the LGBTQ plus community, I get that confused. So please forgive me if I fuck that up. But he did say to that community, like, I didn't do or say anything in so many words. He said, I didn't do or say anything that would warrant you to be offended. And I kind of agree with him. But that could just be me not being a part of that group and not knowing what was said that was offensive.
For them, I think it would be offensive. It's because if I'm at your concert and let's just say me, like my hair is short, and I'm in that concert and he say, ladies, if your hair down your back to the middle, throw your phones up. I could get offended and be like, I ain't got no hair. So what that mean? You don't like me because my hair's short? He didn't say that. He
Why
just
she was
shouting
But
out the ladies
we
below.
know
why she was
we
clapping at you?
but what we've seen is that also happens specifically to black male artists too. I think at one point in time, I don't know, I can't remember who the artist was, but it was a big deal about artists not having dark skinned women in their videos. They would prefer lighter skinned women in their videos. So like people find a reason to be upset about anything.
And this is true, Lamar.
Lamar got a point.
Okay, but
But the first person to
I
say
think the
something to
general
me is Matter.
consensus is if you're a man and you suck dick, then you gay, right?
That is our consensus. But what he's saying is the baby was probably trying to speak to them down low brothers who be trying to say they ain't gay and they doing that alphabet boy shit.
Yeah, but if you doing that to say that, well, I guess okay. So I guess the that community would say that what makes that wrong. You know what I mean?
What makes what
Like
wrong?
for a guy to be doing it because
But he
it's
didn't say it was wrong. He just said if you're not doing it, put your phones up. He didn't say it was right or wrong.
well, I mean, like we go back to what the insinuation was. If why wouldn't we be able to put our phones on if nothing's wrong with it?
I mean,
Because I
but
don't
just
want you
like
to.
when people
Because
in the
right now
audience
I don't
and
want you. That's
comedians
like going
say,
to the club and the guy about some. If you got more than $10 in your pocket, put your hands in the air. You know what I'm saying?
right,
You ain't in the group right now. You ain't in
right.
this
If
test
they
squad.
say you got a job, you ain't got 5 kids, so now everybody be offended. Comedians do this shit all the time.
Yeah, but let's be clear. If it was a white person on stage and he was like, if you ain't got six baby mom, and now he had an all black festival, or I don't know if this festival was full of
But
homosexuals.
but it wasn't for
If
the
it
home.
was if even if it wasn't though, it's we know that there's probably homosexuals in the crowd. If you had a festival and a white person get on stage and he like, you ain't got six baby mamas and you ain't wearing Jordans, you ain't spending all your money on Jordans and all this shit, like black people would get offended.
But that would be different if he had a
It's
festival and it's
not
all
different
black
because he
people
didn't
there.
say nothing was wrong and he didn't say black
Yeah,
people
but it's all
specifically.
black. But that's a difference.
No, it's not a difference. The difference is you can relate to the things that he was saying that was offensive. That's why it's different. The problem is that we don't have that
It's
switch.
not. That's why I threw in the hair thing. I can relate to that. I can relate to people differentiating between the light and the dark, or even the money, or having the kids.
Yeah, but when
All
you
the time, I
start,
don't get offended when I hear that stuff.
but when you start to disrespect what people could consider stereotypes of certain groups, that's when it becomes, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where the insinuation comes from.
But he didn't stereotype a group.
It is the stereotype. Okay. All right. I mean, you technically, yes, you are correct. But if you're a man and you ain't doing XYZ gay activities, basically, if you're not doing gay activities, the insinuation is I don't rock with men that do gay activities as if there's something wrong with it.
But guess what? Nobody in the audience started booing. What they start doing, putting their phones in the air.
And that's true, but we already know that this is all a follower society. Like people gonna look
So
online and find
when
something to
was
make upset about
when was the shoe thrown?
prior to.
Oh, that was before that. That's
Yeah.
probably why he said that shit. He was mad because they threw a shoe at him.
They threw a shoe because he brought Tory
Because he
Lanez
brought
on
Tory
stage.
Lanez on stage, yeah. So he kept performing after that, and then that was how he ended the performance.
No, that was his segue to the next song. I mean, I'm not gonna say what he said wasn't ignorant. I thought it was uncalled for, and it's like there was a million ways you could have brought in your next song. What
I
was the
agree.
point in saying that?
I agree, and again, I don't believe that he meant any ill will by it. It just was mistimed, poor word choice, and he should have apologized as he did. I'm just playing devil's advocate to say that we always have our lips poked out about people saying shit about us. So we have to also understand other people's. I don't want to say we have to understand, but we should be a little bit more sensitive to other people's
I
gripes.
get it seemed like everybody, Asian people, homosexual people, white people, everybody had more rights than black people. Yeah, we have our lips poked out, but I bet you if he would have said something about if you ain't got on Jordans or ain't got a wig on today, would nobody be canceling him?
No, it wouldn't have mattered. But it
Right.
wouldn't have mattered until it would have been one angry black kid, male or female, would have put it out there. A few people would have been upset for a little bit, and it wouldn't have been this big deal. It wouldn't have been sponsorships being pulled from him being pulled from shows. It wouldn't have been none of that. It would have been a
That's
little
why
bit
I
of fake
said,
outrage.
and that's why I made my initial comment that I agree with Ti.
Yeah, but I think though that's the trend. Whenever something happens specifically to a black artist, a black male artist specifically, the smallest things everybody backs away from. And it doesn't help him that he was already a little bit problematic because he does have those things you mentioned before, with the murder and the hitting the fan, and it's a lot of shit. He got multiple gun charges. It's a lot of shit that follows him. So with him being, I guess, what they would consider problematic already, you only got one strike. You know what I'm saying? Because I could guarantee you, if I highly doubt he ever would have said this, but if Drake would have said this, nobody would have backed away from him.
No,
I
I
don't know.
think I think my issue with it is that they are speaking to one part of basically what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of coming out saying, "Dude, what you just said was ignorant," there was no need to say it. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of leaving it alone. It's the fact they're speaking to the part saying, like, "Okay, we got to come to the defense of this group of people." And I think that's what most of that. I think that's what most of the people who are supporting him in it are too, because it's not it's like you got to pick a side. It's like you
But
got
what
to.
about the women that had stanky coochies, who coochies didn't smell like water? They crying.
Ain't nobody gonna be upset about that because don't nobody want to admit that
Ain't
coochie
nobody
stank.
gonna claim that. Ain't nobody claiming it. Everybody
It ain't a bunch of
saying,
proud stanky coochie girls walking around. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna let that rock. You know what I'm saying?
but then if he would have left it at that, women, if the coochie don't stink, put the things in the air, they'd okay, fine, whatever. Whatever. But you got like with Questlove coming out saying what he said, and
I want to speak on that too because I think that of everybody that backed away or pulled baby off or something, that one bothered me the most.
And the baby
Specifically,
response was the best though.
what the one he was like, I didn't even know I was a part of that shit.
No, when I think from what I read, it said that Questlove had a dream concert,
yeah,
and like, nigga, I was your dream performer.
No, but I was more upset for that because of that. For one, he from the culture, so that he knew what that was about. You know what I mean? Like he knew that there was no ill will behind what he said, and that's really just how some of us talk. You know what I mean? Like that's just what people say. You know what I'm saying? So like I was more offended by him than anybody because he knows. And to me, that was just the puppet master. You know what I mean? To me, that was just somebody pulling strings and made him do that. And I wasn't feeling that at all because if ain't nobody like I love how, and I don't necessarily 100% agree with how they are pushing their support for him, but when it happened, when Boosie stuck up for him, how Ti stuck up for him, like people of the culture because they know it wasn't no ill will meant behind it. You know what I mean? But it also could be because they're like mine, and it kind of also made me feel like Questlove might be living a secret life, which ain't nothing wrong with, but that may be what's going on. But that bothered me because, like, bro, you part of the culture, you know what's up. Like, if anything, you pull me to the side, you tell me what you want to tell me, we handle it in house. We go back to handling it in house. You scold me or whatever you got to say to me, but you take the food off my plate, bro. You know what this about.
did Opinionated just call Questlove gay?
No.
No, I didn't call anybody gay.
Okay. Did we insinuate that he might be a down low brother?
No, I said that I think that he may be living another life, but if he is, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just
Right.
voicing my thought. I'm just voicing my thought. I didn't say that this not a fact, and I'm not alleging that he did
I
it.
just need to know what we standing behind. You know, somebody say something like, "Yeah, we said it," and what?
You know what I'm saying? My views may not reflect upon Vail in the show. But yeah, I just think that was foul though, man, because I specifically from him, and then all the other artists that he worked with. Now all of a sudden he a bad person and all this. Like, do your research on people before you hop on the record with them because it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like one small mistake is enough for you to back away and then try to tarnish a person's character, like, what was the purpose of working with them?
I mean, they uplift and push people that they want. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of all the bad stuff they do or hear or whatever, you know. And now you want to not support him, but he was this certain type of person anyway, and it's almost like we all expected him to be something different. He was already ignorant.
My thing is, why would you back away from him for saying something disparaging about, you know, the alphabet community, but it's okay to get on a song with him and he a murderer? Well, allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
Only because he wasn't murdering anybody in their community. It wasn't affecting them. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can rap about shooting a nigga all day. You could rap about how niggas gonna die. You could kill a nigga a million different ways in the same song. You rap about the same thing. You could kill a nigga 25 times. Don't nobody care about that. But the minute you say don't suck dick, you the worst. You know what I'm saying?
You see, the miss said she think there was ill will behind his statement. The scenario was a little too specific.
I would.
That's what he said, but he didn't say, because like Lamar mentioned, there's some so-called straight men that do it, but they say they ain't gay or they living down low. So they would be out here marching with the LGBT mad at him about it. They might be mad in their minds because they know they doing it on the down low, but they not out here saying anything against him with the LGBTQ community.
Those few people would be protected under that group too, though, because they.
But I'm saying they would be marching with them because they don't want nobody to know, just like the stanky coochie girls. They might be sitting there like, damn, with their legs closed, but they ain't finna say nothing.
I honestly think when he said it, it was kind of directed at people, but I don't think it was directed at homosexuals. I think it was like, you as a guy, you get pissed. Like, say, niggas, they just threw a shoe at me. You know what I'm saying? For whatever, I'm pissed off at who threw the shoe. I don't know who did it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm honestly, when I say, if that was me, when I say it, I'm really talking to the cat who threw the shoe. I'm like, yeah, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your phone in the air. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? I'm really saying, you the nigga who's sucking dick, you don't put your phone in the air. You throwing shoes at motherfuckers.
I think I would give that explanation the benefit of the doubt if we wasn't talking about somebody who was extremely blunt and really don't bite their tongue. Like, he said what he had to say to that person when they threw the shoe. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like he had to be, you know what I'm saying, he had to go back and be general after he was specifically talking to the person that tossed it. You know what I mean? So me personally, like, would I have done that or said those things? No. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was tactless. It shouldn't have been done. I agree with that.
I agree.
I also believe that it was not. I don't believe that was, because I know how people, and this is another thing that really bothers me. Prior to 2012, 13, like, the way that straight guys talk to each other and the words that, even now, you know what I'm saying, but the things that straight guys would say to other straight guys was way worse. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff that you can't say now that was acceptable in 2010, 2005.
Y'all put a camera on us 24/7. Well, we gonna be apologizing for a lot of shit.
It's just that, like, people, to me, I feel like, don't get me wrong, like, you have to censor yourself, specifically when you're in public and you're speaking on public forum, if you don't want to offend nobody and you know that that's tied to your monetary gain. You have to make sure that you don't offend, especially when you know some of these people may be fans. So you don't want to offend anybody that's taking money out your own pocket. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you got to make sure that you don't do that. But in the same token, I kind of feel like this is contradictory, but you kind of gotta give people that space to really like grow. You know what I mean? You got to give them that opportunity to grow into the person that you expect them to be. Because we put celebrities on a pedestal and expect them to be perfect. And you're not allowed to make a mistake. And the minute you make a mistake, then your whole career is over. We want to cancel you and take everything away from you. And don't nobody want to look at your show, go to your shows no more, listen to your music, watch your movies, whatever it is that you do. And I think we got to also allow celebrities to that margin of error to one, just let people know that they still human.
I agree. I agree. It's never gonna happen.
I think specifically when you talk about things that aren't like violent, or like physical. You know what I mean? Like when you do physical shit, harming another person, assaulting, you know what I'm saying, raping, all that shit, that's unforgivable. You know what I'm saying? That shit is unforgivable. But like saying some misstating, or I don't even want to say that this was a misstatement, but saying the wrong shit, you know what I'm saying? Like we should be allowed the opportunity to correct that and move forward and not just be cast away for one mistake. And I think that only specifically happens to black celebrities because I was just looking on, I was reading some stuff about the Olympics, and they got rid of Shakari for the cannabis, her use of cannabis is what they said.
Mm-hmm.
What is the girl? Megan Rapinoe has her own CBD cannabis that she's pushing and selling, and they like have her as like the spokeswoman for it. And she's a girl that plays soccer for USA. So like they like pushing her to the forefront of it and making her like the champion of CBD use. Obviously, there's a difference between what Shakari used and what she's using, but the rule was she was suspended for cannabis, which is what also Megan Rapinoe was
CBD.
pushing, and they're behind it. So it's like, what is that? Are y'all really just punishing her use of cannabis, or y'all punishing her because she got high?
No, they punish her because she got high.
But that type of stuff happens with us, you know what I mean? And they make it look like one mistake in your career, but it's only with us.
That's because we don't have any stick togetherness.
I don't even, but you know what though? These other groups, it's not even more so about them sticking together. You have every other group in the world supporting whatever it is. Like Nicole said with the Stop Asian Hate, they got a bill passed immediately. Asian people they weren't being murdered. They were just, well, some of them did get murdered, but they were getting beat up. And that's not to say that that's not good. That's not to say that I'm okay with that.
Niggas get beat up in the hood every day, B.
But I'm talking a matter of months, and they got a bill. The police been slaughtering us for our whole damn lifetime, and we can't even get a damn. We had to fight for a paid day off.
My answer to this is, the subject that I hate to talk about because it doesn't provide any solution, but it's this stick togetherness. Same thing you say like with the Asians. They got that bill passed because guess what? The Asian community stick together. They're going to go and fight it together. They're going to talk about it as one big group. They ain't worried about, like I'm saying, what happens to mommy, daddy over there separately. We're going to all do this together. The alphabet community, same thing. When they want to change, they all kind of got together.
I think that might be offensive.
What?
Calling them the alphabet community.
I don't know the letters, and I feel like I'm trying not to be an ass by saying gays or, you know what I'm saying? I might say another slur, but
I think that's also something that warrants a discussion. Like, it's one thing to purposely offend somebody, but if you offend somebody because of ignorance, is that truly an offense? You know what I mean? Because there's so much stuff that we don't know. Like, I don't know what a cisgendered person is. I don't even know what that means. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know if I say the wrong thing or you know what I'm saying, I word something the wrong way. Like saying trans is bad. You know what I mean? Like,
is it?
I know that.
Yeah. So it's like it's so much stuff. It's like I don't know what you have to like say like trans man or trans woman or whatever. Like, but just calling them like trannies or trans, like that's bad. You know
My thing is, I think, in all honesty, with them wanting to have so much inclusivity and, you know what I'm saying, get their own way, they got to get thicker fucking skin. Because every damn week is something different. Now, first it went from, it was okay to say gay. Then it wasn't okay to say gay. Then trans was fine and it wasn't. And now you got to call them they or we or the or whatever the fuck. And then every week and then if I don't keep up with what the hell is going on, so I come in there and I call you, hey, sir or ma'am. Oh, no, you can't refer to me like that. You got to refer to me as they or
You gotta respect my pronouns.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's stupidity to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's something that I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? The world is too PC these days. Comedians have been speaking about it for a while now. That is, and now they're trying to kind of censor comedians with it also. You know what I'm saying? With making them apologize for shit. I think comedians need to be more like the baby and just stand on it. I think the reason that a lot of comedians are pushed in the corner where they have to come back and recant things they say is because they don't just stand on it like, no, look, I said it was a joke, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I mean, my job as a comedian is to hold up a mirror to society. We're supposed to be able to talk crazy about stuff. And that's what it is. I'm not apologizing for a joke. I'm saying if you're that sensitive, don't listen to the joke.
If we go by that motto, then do we have to stick with it 100%? So we have to say that this group, not just specifically the LGBTQ community, but just any community, blacks, Asians, Hispanics, whatever, we say, okay, they gotta have thicker skin. Does that also fall back on us? And we have to say we gotta have thicker skin.
But
we got to. But we do.
Do we though?
Yes. How could you think?
To a point. There is a level in there where it's like, okay, the thickness has been tested or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then I think once we crack, it takes a while for us to get that layer back. You know what I'm saying? Then every little thing is a bother. You know what I'm saying? For a while, it's like, okay, nothing. And then once it gets to the point, you know what I'm saying? It's not just an explosion at this one point, and then we go back to taking shit. It's like the floodgates open up and we go through. Yo, y'all, our producer is on now in the comments. This is him, Daniel D. Jones. About the Asian thing, he said it's been stated by politicians that they would help the Asian community because they don't cause trouble. It's not them sticking together and getting laws passed. It's America not wanting to deal with their bastard child. I disagree with you. I mean, they might have said it's about them not causing trouble, but the reason we say they don't cause trouble is because they handle everything in-house. They stick together to take care of everything. You rarely hear about an Asian committing a crime. And that's not to say that they don't commit crimes. It's because they take care of the shit in-house.
Because when I worked at the county, I think in all of my years there, I think I saw one Asian person get arrested. And you think they ain't committing crimes? Come on.
They take care of things in-house. You know what I'm saying? They stick together about it. That's not to say they don't punish each other, but that's just like family. Like if me, you, Jay, and then they'll go out and y'all, I don't know, y'all on one side of the place and I'm on the other side, and y'all come over there and I'm talking shit to these cats, and then we have to get into it. Y'all ain't gonna sit there and tell the cats, oh, he wrong, whatever. We all gonna get into it. We gonna stomp them out. Then when we get back, y'all go back, nigga, you were wrong. You shouldn't have did this here. You know what I'm saying? We gonna handle that in-house. We gonna stick together on it. And that's what they do. And every other race does that. Black people are the only race that's gonna come in and they gonna be like some that we will try to demean ourselves in front of everybody else to show that we don't have favoritism when we do something wrong. What do you mean I'm still dismissing America rather than dealing with them than what? I'm not dismissing anybody.
No, what he's saying is you're dismissing the fact that America would rather deal with them than put up with us. Meaning that
what I'm saying is America would rather deal with them because they have no choice but to deal with them as a group. When you go in there as together as a force, you have no choice but to deal with them. They don't deal with us because we're fractured. They know that they could just basically shoulder roll you when you come in there because you ain't got no backup when you come in there. America deals with force. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna go to America, talk nice to them, and they see something, they little community over there need help, that one community, and they gonna help you. No. They deal with force. You have to force them to do shit.
I think the pushback on that would be that every time we formed a group or a society that's been together, it's been destroyed by them.
And
so
you know what?
It's not to say that we can't or won't get together. It's to say that every time we do get together, we've been fractured and not because of a fault of our own.
I'm not saying, what I'm saying is, even if you take those sales, like everybody loves Black Wall Street, one of my favorite stories also, but that was a group, a small community of Black people that had got together. And you know what every other Black person did when that happened? They sat on their side and said, oh man, they took it from us. Oh, they did this, they did that. There was no togetherness, you know what I'm saying, to combat what happened. We sat around in our own little corners and complained about it. No other race would have done that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know that to be true though. I don't know that to be true because in my opinion, the things that I kind of agree with our producer, the things that have happened were not solely on the backs of speaking specifically to this Asian hate crime. There's not those weren't specifically based off of the backs of just Asians. There were white people behind them pushing that too. They had allies. We don't have that. So even if we do come together, all it's gonna be is a bigger blow up of whatever it is we create.
I doubt
We know that. That's what America does to us. We know that for a fact.
it's going to be pushback. But the thing about it is, as soon as we get the first little push, we cave because that's what in-house we are not protecting each other. Is what I'm saying. Every other race protects themselves, protects each other in-house. Period.
I agree with what both of y'all saying. I really agree. I agree with what Jay's saying. Because I feel like we can't have nothing. It's almost like they get offended if we back each other up or if we want better. But I also feel like
I'm not gonna be disrespectful. You said, look at the homosexual community though, because for a while they couldn't even come out about it. But now that they have and they've banded together with it, they got more laws passed.
I mean, but I feel like I agree with you too, because even though I feel like they don't want to, and I feel like we're at the very bottom, but we still don't support each other. We don't have each other's back enough. You might have small pockets, just like our family. Yeah, we got each other back. We gonna look out for each other. But what happens if somebody comes in and starts shooting up the Applewhites? You think other black people gonna jump in? They just gonna sit around and be like, dang, look what they did to them. That's wrong. And so I agree, we don't, as a community, not just our own little cliques, as a whole, stick together. Because let me tell you, white people they do each other dirty too, but I bet you one thing, they gonna look out for them before they pull one of us in.
I think the pushback to that argument would be the equivalent of black on black crime. You know what I mean? So like when we talking about on a global level of the oppression of our people, the first thing that comes back is y'all kill each other. You know what I'm saying? So when we talking about on this level the oppression of our people, the first thing we saying is we not sticking together, and that's not, to me, that's not the biggest issue. You see what I'm saying?
Ain't no such thing as black on black crime. But carry
I understand, and that's my point. If we can say that there's no such thing as black on black crime, then we cannot use the same argument when we talking about a different sector of our issues.
Why not?
Because it's the same. It's equivalent.
It's not.
It's the same thing because we're talking about our oppression.
I'm talking about killing each other, because I feel like crime is crime. White
I understand that.
People than any other race.
I understand that.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying we don't stick together, and I'm not thinking about us killing each other. I'm just talking about support and supporting each other and helping each other. It's like a crab in a barrel thing.
I understand that, and what I'm saying is to get you to, I guess, to better word my point. When we say we don't support each other, we've just talked about it. We have instances where we've helped each other, we've supported each other, whether it's a small pocket or not. If that small pocket would have been able to thrive, that may have given another group of people the gumption to say, okay, we can create our own over here too. So it wouldn't have just been in Oklahoma, it would have branched out to New York or whatever, but that was blown up. So once that was blown up, and it wasn't blown up by us, you see what I'm saying? So when we do stick together, that is taken away from us. The bigger issue is the fact that every time we have something, it's taken away from our oppressor. The argument that you're using is to say that we don't stick together. That's the same thing as saying black on black crime. No, the bigger issue is.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
I do understand what you're saying. I think the issue is you don't understand my point.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying. What I'm saying is, when you look, we have cliques that stick together. Just like Mel was saying, that little section, you had a certain amount of people that did the Black Wall Street. They wasn't all the black people in the community. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, um, we're not talking about your clique that's going to stick together and say, here, I'm doing this and I'm bringing my people up and we're creating this. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you got Jay-Z and Will Smith coming together to do this thing for home buying programs. You know, you do have black people that are trying to build stuff, but I'm just talking about as a whole, we don't have each other back.
I
You
don't
don't
believe that.
you don't see white people when a black, okay, perfect example. You have people, black people that create businesses and they're doing well. You'll have black people because they look like them, don't want to support them. They'll go and support a white person before they support their own.
I don't believe that is true, but I don't believe that that's specific to only us. I think that we can speak about it because that's our gripe that we see all the time, but I don't believe that we are the only group that does that.
I'm not it's not I'm just speaking on what I see. And
I
just like
understand.
I'm just speaking on what I see, just like when you see, for me, when I see of Hispanic people, when you see Hispanics speak in regards to family, the, the stereotype, which is a good stereotype, is they're big on family. You know what I mean? Um, that don't
Stereotype with us
all,
is the same thing too.
but that
But
don't
see,
mean
okay, like let
all
me ask you
Hispanics
this.
are. That don't mean all Hispanics are. It's just generally speaking. So I'm not saying that it's law and that. Of course, there's some. We're not saying all white people just stick together, but generally speaking, as a whole, they're gonna look out for them. They'll take a Hispanic person before they take a black person.
And that's the issue. It's the issue is not us
But we're
not taking
fighting.
each other.
We're fighting to get in with them instead of creating our own or trying to help our own or support our own. We're fighting to get in with them, just like back in the day when with segregation and integration. We're fighting so hard to be included instead of no. We want the same thing for us.
And the reason, and so I don't want to keep sounding like a broken record, but what I'm saying is the reason why we aren't doing it and we're looking for integration is because every time we've created our own, whether it was a small segment or not, it was taken away from us. As Lamar said, even our leadership was taken away from us. So yes, we want to try to ingratiate ourselves with them because they're a protected group. So we feel like if we can get in with them, then maybe we can start to create our own. We can branch off from there. But initially, every time that we created our own, every time that we've had something that was prosperous and looking good for us, it's been destroyed every time. In even community groups.
I'm not disputing that.
So then, I think that we both making the same point. We both saying, 2 plus 2 is. We both saying how to get to 4, but I'm saying 1 plus 3. You saying 2 plus 2.
Mm. I'm going to read Mrs. statement first. She says that there is way more push to patronize black businesses, and many of our people have gotten on board. I don't believe that. I just believe the ones who are already on board are more vocal right now, but I don't believe that many more blacks have gotten on board with patronizing black businesses because I don't believe they do it with the spirit of patronizing black businesses. I think a lot of them do it with the spirit of disparaging black businesses because they go in expecting above board service. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say black businesses, just because you're a black business, you're supposed to give bad service or below average service or anything, but they go in with the mindset of if this is not just like the best perfect service ever, I'm gonna tear it down and talk about it because I see it too much online where it's like they did one bad thing. It's like I'm never going back there. They took too long to get my order right, or the ice wasn't cold enough, or whatever. It's a lot of that going on.
Example for what, like, I took her to get her nails done yesterday, right? And we were looking for black salons and black salons. So, but I'm looking at reviews because I don't know anything in this area, right? So I'm looking at it, and the first thing people say in the reviews is, "I'm trying to, support black businesses, but this was and this wasn't that." So now you finna go back to the Asians who how many times? them beat up, you know what I'm saying? Talk about us in another language. You finna go back to them.
I
Yeah.
think I agree with what you guys are saying, but also we have to hold ourselves to some sort of standard too. Now, just because we're black and we patronize a black business doesn't necessarily mean that we should put up with subpar service. Whether or not, and I'm not saying that maybe you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that if you get subpar service that you should continue to work with them because they're black. But I'm also not saying that you also should disparage them either. You know what I mean?
All I'm
There's a
saying,
line that I feel like we should cross because my wife, specifically, my wife gets her nails done by a black girl, a black lady. I'm sorry, and she takes fucking forever. She like her books are terrible. Like she doesn't always have her timing correct, but she does really good work. So my wife puts up with that. You see what I'm saying? So it's not.
Walmart.
all I'm saying
Yeah,
about that
that
though
is-
is
don't nobody say I ain't going back to Walmart. They might go to
that's
a
all my thing is. If you go
But we
to
don't have a Walmart for with us. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that.
it's not having it. All I'm saying in that sense, I just want us to be fair to our people. Whereas, like, say if I come to you, Jay, and I don't know, you draw pictures or whatever it is, and I come, no, okay, you got a restaurant, you McJay's. I come in there and your fries is cold today. You know what I'm saying? You're a startup black business. I'm not saying that I got to come back tomorrow to do that, but if I'm going to give you a bad report on that, right? If I'm going to go off and make sure everybody knows that McJay's has bad fries, when I go to McDonald's tomorrow and they fries bad, I'm supposed to turn around and do the same shit to them. And what I'm saying is we're not doing that.
I agree, but also what you got to understand that this is. I hate to sound like the contrarian, but D, you talk about you comparing small businesses to established businesses. So yes, their track record is proven. If regardless of whether or not you know what I'm saying, if we have I can't think of off the top of my head. I can't think of a solidified black business off the top of my head. But if there was a solidified, let's just say McJay's is the McDonald's of this universe, and then McDowell's is up and coming. If Mick J's got the sign that say over 99 billion burgers sold and they get bad fries from Mick J's and Mick J's is black owned, they're gonna go back to Mick J's because Mick J's is proven. And rather than going to McDowell's that one time and they fries is cold, it's gonna be like, no, I ain't fucking with that. Yeah, you might give them both a bad review, but you're not gonna go back. It's
That's
just
all I'm saying, though. I'm not saying go back. You understand? I'm saying if you're gonna give the startup business a bad review, give the other business you go to a bad review also.
I got your order later.
It might not even be a startup business because this nail salon, from what I read, had been, some people were saying, oh, I've been going here for 10 years. So, but
Right, I'm not saying startup. I said small. I didn't say startup.
I was replying to Mel. But what I'm saying is some people, when they patronize a black business, period, it's, oh, this wasn't right. Do you know how many times I've been in a store? I don't care how big of a chain. And they say, every time I come in here, it's this. You keep going there though. But the minute you go into black owned business and it ain't right, that's why I don't support black people.
Yeah, I don't like that phrase.
I don't like that phrase. I don't like specifically when we go into black stores and haggle with them about their or black businesses and haggle with them about their prices, regardless of what it is. To me, I feel like that's disrespectful. Put a value on somebody else's work, regardless. Or if it's too much for you, then you can walk away from it. Nobody's holding a gun to your head to tell you to buy because you're not gonna get us like to go back on your point. You're not gonna go in the Gucci store and tell them $600 for a belt buckle is too damn much, but you will tell a black-owned business that $45 for a belt is too much. You know what I mean? So it's like to me, I do agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that we do those things, but also I don't want us to start to compare small black businesses to established big box businesses either.
No.
It's not going you're not gonna have that same energy for them. Even if you're talking, you could just say a small we got a Sally's, a beauty supply store. Sally's been around forever, you know what I'm saying? But it's a black beauty supply store just open around the corner. If you go to that black beauty supply store, and every time you go in there, they ain't got the hair dye you're looking for, or whatever the case may be, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all don't got this? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go to Sally's. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta kind of give them that time to grow as opposed to
me as a black entrepreneur, I would talk to the person who owned the store. And I'm not saying everybody should do that because it's not your job Well, I believe it's my job to help that store grow or help that business grow, especially if I know they started up. So I will make a suggestion. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's being run badly, that's a different thing. Like if you can't talk to the person who's in charge and make suggestions, tell them what you're looking for in their establishment, that's a different thing to me. But if I walk in there the first time and they ain't got it, but I'm a people person, I'm gonna be like, hey man, y'all ain't got such and such. You know what? Y'all might want to think about getting XYZ or getting this. This is what I like when I come in here. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm just one person, and that doesn't mean you're supposed to get that thing for that one person. But I still would make the suggestion because I'm like, and I would tell them, because guess what? Sally's got it. I mean, I've been trying to shop with you, but I'm gonna have to go down here to Sally's because they got it and you don't have it.
I feel like that's also disrespectful too, though. Like to tell somebody, because like my buddy, they own a store, they resell shoes. People come in there all the time and tell them, "Oh, I could get this from XYZ," and it's almost like, brother, if you can get it there, why you here? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? To tell somebody
I
that
think
you
it's
can get their
disrespectful how you
product.
tell them. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. If I walk in there and be like, oh, I can get this and such. I'm not saying something that you have. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying if it's something that you don't carry, I would make a suggestion. Say, hey, look, you know, maybe you want to think about getting this here because this is what I like to get. I'm trying to shop with you. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm one person, and you can't make your inventory around one person. But I'm making a suggestion
But
because
Sally's
now I
somebody.
gotta go to Sally's to get it instead of shopping with you. You know
My fault. I misheard what you said. I misheard
what I'm
you.
saying? Shaka said, "Oh yeah, get free samples." The free samples, okay. How can I say this nicely? Okay. People ask you for free samples, Shaka, because they believe that you just started. You know what I'm saying? So you have not done enough to let people know that you've been here for over 5 years and that your product works and things of that nature.
Why does that matter?
Because when you're a startup, a business, especially when you're in the business that she's in and you're just starting, people think that this is the testing phase. So like I say, if you've only been in business under a year or something like that, or you just like nobody's ever heard of you, you just came out, you've been in business under a year, people think is this the guinea pig phase.
Nah, to me, that's a terrible mindset. Regardless of whether you opened your business today or 100 years ago, if I go in your store, how disrespectful is it of me to ask you to give me some free shit? That to me don't make no sense. Regardless of how long you've been open or how long you've been established,
Yeah, but
how
but they're not going into a store.
regardless of going into a store ordering online, even it's even worse to order online because now I gotta take the time out to send you an email and ask you to give me some free shit. Like, are you serious? I'll throw that shit in the trash so fast. Do you know how hard it to me? I feel like it's even more disrespectful if you know I don't have a brick and mortar. That means that I can't afford to give you anything free at this moment. Don't get me wrong. If we got a loyalty program, I can push that to you, bro. Hey, you know, you get so many points, you might get a free butter or whatever the fuck case may be. But just to come in because you don't know who I am, I'm supposed to give you some free shit? Nah, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. That to me, that's dumb business, man. Because now if I've trained my customer to know that the first time they come to me, they're gonna get some free shit, what they gonna do? They'll gonna tell Nicole, hey, the first time you go over there, you're gonna get some free shit. Nicole gonna tell Jay, hey, your first thing gonna be free. I'm gonna be giving out free shit all the time.
But this is the thing. When you first start off, most people figure out that what you're doing is you're giving out samples of your product. They're not
There's no such thing as a fucking sample. That does no, that's some shit people create. A sample is your product. You made that, right? So the sample is coming out your bottom line. That's a part of your product. That's the shit is not free. You still gotta make that. That's not free. It's not free for you to get that. That shit don't just fall out the sky and it's like, huh, you got samples right here. That shit is something that people do.
Listen, but in your business model, that should be into your expenses because you have to build a buzz for your product. If it's a product like that, so you build that you build that buzz for that product by passing out samples of it, so people get to know that it works, especially in the field that she's in. That's why when you do trade shows and people walk by, you get free samples. You let them test the product out and things of that nature. When they don't know that you have been around and you have not shown people that you are in your product, you have no testimonials to show what your product does. They can't find your footprint nowhere online. You know what I'm saying? Your website is not hidden or whatever. They have no way to find you. When you tell them about it, like, oh, you got a business? Oh, you got any samples of it? you're not proven. So people not just gonna come shop. If you want people to shop with you when you're first starting your business, you do that by samples. That's if you work that into your bottom line. I'm not saying she should be giving out samples at this point. I'm saying a reason that they're asking for samples.
I feel like that's an obsolete business model. I feel like to me, like don't get me wrong, I feel like there are way better ways to market
There
yourself.
are. Leonard say he buy his samples. He say that they sample sizes.
Whatever the case may be, but you're not getting it for free. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, giving away free product is the dumbest shit in the world, especially when you starting out. You can't. That's when you can least afford it.
I agree with you. No, you're not hearing me. I'm not saying you should. I'm telling you why they ask for the samples. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like honestly, I feel like you're giving people more credit. I feel like people just ask for a sample because they want some free shit when it's all said and done.
There are plenty of people who want some free shit. There are plenty of people who do that, but
But I can understand with skincare, especially if it's expensive, because I've bought a lot of makeup and skin stuff that didn't work or was shitty, and if I was able to try it before buying it, then I would be like Egypt making her lip gloss, right? Of course, I get it for free, but because I get it for free and I try it and I use it, that's what I got on my lips right now. That's all I wear. I would definitely buy more. Absolutely.
I understand that, but
There's lip
there's
gloss that dry your damn lips out. So do you think it's fair for somebody I ain't gonna say fair because you can sell whatever, but as a consumer, okay, I'm gonna support you. Oh, your lip gloss $20. Here go $20, and it dry my lips out.
then you know not to go back because you just said that you previously purchased stuff that if you could have tried out, you would have. But you didn't tell them, hey, let me get this for free so I can
I
try it.
never ask people for nothing for free.
My point exactly. So if we gonna keep that same energy, then you know, okay, if I shop, if this look like something that's appealing to me, if I try it and it don't work out, then I know, okay, I don't go back. But that don't mean I should go in there and say, let me have a free sample.
I'm just saying it helps. It's like this one makeup I got. We did have to pay for it. I think it was like maybe $14.99. It really costs like $75, but you get to try it for 2 weeks. If you don't like it, you can send it back, and you don't have to pay that for the full price. You know what I mean? But they send it to you. You pay like $10, something like that, for the makeup. Try it out for 2 weeks. If you keep it, then you got to pay.
You can send used makeup back.
Yeah, they said use it all and send it back out if they're gonna reuse. I don't know what they're doing with it. Hopefully they are pouring it in some other batch.
Even in that model though, they're making money because you have to give them something to get whatever it is your sample is. You know what I'm saying? So to me, just that giving away, I ain't with that shit. Small samples are a great gesture. It's give and take in business balance. It's good stuff. It will pay off in the long run. Miss Toya, I don't agree with you.
I think it depends on the setting though, Jay. Like when I'm saying free, you know me. I don't believe in really free stuff. I think everybody should have a vested interest. But like if we're doing a vending event, and we talking about specific things now, like because if you got
that, I agree with you. Okay, if we gonna be at a expo or something like that, then you don't have a choice because it's everybody is giving out shit.
You want to say, so, hey, let me get this here, try my stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving them your whole product, but you're gonna give them a sample right there.
Right. At that point, you don't have a choice. But I'm just talking about for your business in general.
Walmart, they have testers. And Walgreens, the beauty supply.
Yeah, but I'm Joe Slow making this out my kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So I can't afford what Walgreens can afford.
See, they got testers because people make them testers though. Walmart and Walgreens and all, what they figured out is people gonna walk past, open the shit up, and use it in there anyway. So they just take that and use it as a tester.
That's a fact because I've been pissed off a couple times. I done bought some damn body wash and got home and that motherfucker was half full. So
now the message says, but you can admit some small businesses do lean heavily on the fact that they are black owned and expect you support based on that alone. Black owned gets me in the door, but that doesn't keep me. That's true.
I agree. because
I
I
can
can't
say that. I'm sorry.
customer service. I hate horrible customer service. And sometimes with some black businesses, I think they need training and being business owners and
Mm.
customer service because they don't have sometimes there's not great customer service.
Okay,
And
you
I'm
gotta listen.
not
See,
going
I like Tasha answer to what you were saying. Now, this is before you even said it. Say some of these black-owned businesses are doing it all. Now, that don't make it right, but they're doing it all. They're the receptionist, the scheduler, the supplier, the accountant, and one person doing everything. And that's why she accepts a lot of stuff from them because they have a lot on them. Now, that
I ain't
doesn't make it right.
attitude though. I'm not.
Hmm?
And that's from anybody. I don't care what color you are. I ain't taking no nasty attitude.
I'm not
Yeah,
taking nasty attitude. But the thing about it is, with my personality, if you give me nasty attitude for the first time, I'm gonna try to diffuse it. And then if it keep coming, then we're gonna have a different situation. I'm not even gonna talk to you anymore. Like if you own the business and you giving me nasty attitude, okay, you're not
we
getting my
done
money.
out the door. I'm
Right,
not
we
even
done out
dealing
the
with you
door.
no more.
If you don't own the business and you giving me nasty attitude, I'm gonna talk to somebody else within the business. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I don't need to holler at you no more. We done talking. Let me talk to somebody else. But if you own the business, like, oh, that's how okay, let me move around. There's no need for you to get my money. Plain
Yeah,
simple. That's how it is.
I shop, man. I shop specifically. A lot of my shoes, basically, I would say 90% of the shoes that I recently bought are
He
black.
is ignorant too, though.
He's not though, and I think that don't get me wrong. I do believe that there is some level of customer service that could be reworked. You know what I'm saying? But also in the same sense, I know that it's a small company. They do, he is everybody. He does everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I put up with shit. Like I buy shoes, and sometimes it take 2 or 3 months for me to get them. You know what I mean? And I put up with that. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like if we gonna say that true, black just to say that you are a black owned business will get me in your door. But you also gotta have some type of
You gotta have something besides the hook.
that's not what I was looking for, but I guess we could go with that. You gotta be able to I don't want to say earn my business, but you kind of do have to earn my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
but
you
that's with
gotta
anybody too, though. See, the thing about what I can say about the people who I'm talking to right now is you're not one-sided with it. So you're not just gonna make a black person own your business. If you go into a Hispanic place, they gotta earn your business too. If you go into a white place, they gotta earn your business too. And also, what the thing is, they're not going unless they are just completely assholes. They're not gonna lose your business on one bad experience. If a white person can't lose your business on one bad experience, you
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Like I'm across the board. I don't eat McDonald's. They gave me a bad sandwich. Fuck them. I don't fuck with McDonald's. Period. You know what I'm saying? So yes, Lamar, we still have to be professional in the end. That's true, and I believe that. So the missus says she's right. They have to earn. She have to earn as a return customer. But that's with anything. And my whole thing in the beginning was saying that if you're going to make a black-owned business earn you as a return customer, I want you to make every business on you. So it should. So we can take the nationality off of it. So it shouldn't be if you're gonna make a black-owned business. If you're gonna, it should be a business. Every business should have to earn you as a return customer. And don't get me wrong, Amazon is different. You know what I'm saying? Because Amazon is everybody's
But
business.
I guess what you're saying, that's because you're black and we have this big thing where, there is this big surge in black owned businesses and support black owned just because you label yourself black owned business, you kind of like okay, one time when I was working at the jail and I can't remember what was asked, but one of the inmates wanted something that he ain't supposed to ask.
Something wrong with your vibe.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting the feedback like that. Maybe Jay's volume is loud.
blame me. That's the scapegoat right there. My volume not it ain't been an issue all show. I'm sorry. Go back
But
to your point.
what I was saying was when I worked at the jail. See, it's better now. When I worked at the jail, I don't remember what he was asking for, but something he ain't supposed to have. And when I was like, nah, the first thing he wanted to throw out there was the black thing. You my sister, we black, And so a lot of times people assume because we're black, I can do anything and you gonna support it when that ain't true.
I think that it's almost kind of innate in us to kind of be tougher on us because we know our struggles, so we have high expectations for us. So regardless of what the issue is, or not specifically to that situation, that's just ignorance. You know you in jail, nigga. You you were asking for a favor, but I mean, this specifically to businesses. When we go in that in the back of our mind, we may not go in there intentionally with it, but I think it's almost just an innate bias for us to expect more from us because we know what it took for this person to get there. So you expect exemplary service. You expect whatever, whatever, whatever. And when that it may not be bad, but it may not be what your standard of exemplary is, and that turns you off. You know what I
I
mean? So
understand that.
I kind of feel like we may have to just like I don't want to say lower our standards, but kind of let our guards down and understand that yes, because it's black owned, don't necessarily mean that it's gonna always be 100% tight. Because you do have instances where the owner is the receptionist, the cook, the you know what I'm saying, the waiter, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. You have those instances. Now, don't get me wrong, we do have some black owned businesses where people just rude as shit for no reason. You know what I mean? And that is a part of it. But for the most part, I would say just the ones that I patronize, they all are up front with whatever it is that they're doing. If it's gonna take a while to get you your product, they let you know right off the bat. So I think we just got to kind of have a little bit more patience with our own.
I think I can understand what you're saying with that because I'm like that with just about everything. I can relate to how you're saying it because like with football, I coach football and I coach just about every side of the ball, but I'm a running back. So when kids come in there and I tell them, if you want to play quarterback, oh, I can help you with that. You know what I'm saying? Lineman, I can help you with that. The minute somebody say they're running back, my expectations go through the roof, and everybody know, oh, well, he hard on running back because I have a high expectation for it because it relates to me. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand. I think we do go into some black business and we see ourselves in there sometimes. But I think also with seeing ourselves, I think some of us don't know how to operate in jealousy. You know what I'm saying? And like with me, I get jealous of everybody I see successful. I do. But I don't get jealous where I don't want their success to keep going. I get jealous in a different way. I'm like, damn, they doing okay now. That's more fuel for me. It's like,
So it's more.
It's the as envy, not jealous.
okay, it's more envy because I'm like, oh, I gotta get my shit right. I'm like, man, I'm in there like, man, y'all doing this. This is great. I love what you okay, I gotta get my stuff right. I'm proud of them, but at the same time, I'm envious, and I'm more so now, it's more inward thing with me. With like, I don't want to tear their stuff down. You know what I'm saying? I want them to keep growing because I'm trying to now. It's like competition. I'm like, oh, I gotta get my shit right. You know what I'm saying? Next time y'all see me, I'm gonna be doing this here too, or my stuff gonna be right. I'm gonna have something I can talk to you about. Whereas other people will see it and be like, they got this up in here. Mm-hmm. How they get it like this here? Oh, they got a crack in the wall over there. I knew it wasn't all that up in here. You know?
Right.
So I should have said it like this though, right? So, like I said, but we never gonna come to a solution for how it is, besides just to keep moving. And
to be honest, we deviated way away from the topic.
I don't know how y'all got me over on this situation, but I knew it, but we started talking about business and stuff like that. I talk about that all day.
So since we off topic, here's another off topic. So remember when we were talking about how kids and they shouldn't be correcting parents and stuff like that, right? So I'm sitting there with Tristan and I'm reading ingredients to something. And I was like, oh yeah, this got quinoa in it. And he goes, "Eek." And I was like, and I looked at him, wait, I said it got quinoa. And he was like, "Eek." And I looked at him and I'm like, what? What you got to correct me? And he goes, quinoa. So I'm like, no, it's not. I had to look it up, look up the pronunciation. I'm like, dang.
It's quinoa.
I had no idea.
I watched this video of this lady. She cooking chicken. She seasoning it up. Then she take this bottle of seasoning. She like, yeah, don't forget the cumin. You got to make sure you put the cumin in there.
Cumin, Nicole.
Cumin.
Oh, I'm like, it ain't.
I'm like, nope.
It ain't coming. No.
Oh man.
Before we get off, because he brought up this chicken, I saw a video of this lady cleaning chicken
with bleach
and Dawn And the thing is, she didn't clean it, right? Put a bleach on there, cleaned it up with the bleach, put the Dawn on there, cleaned it with the Dawn, washed it off, dropped the damn chicken down the garbage disposal, reached in there, picked it up, and just threw it on the thing and went to seasoning it.
Well, it had bleach. I don't do that.
I'm reading the comments. Why was people in the comments talking about some, yeah, we used to do that. We put a little bleach in the water to clean our chicken. That's why I don't eat at people's houses. All y'all out there in TV land, when I come to your house and you hear my stomach growling and I'm saying, nah, I'm all right. I don't know if y'all cleaning your food with bleach. What was that thing from, Nicole?
Oh no, I was clicking something.
Oh, okay. So, we're not going to round back up. Did you want to go back to talk about what you were talking about earlier?
We can talk about that in private. I don't want nobody to steal my idea.
Okay. What'd you say, cuz?
I think we gotta get out of here.
Yes, 10:05 where I'm
at. I was finna end it. That's how her Grammy did it and her mama did it. Yeah, that's why.
That's why Grammy and Mommy ain't here no more.
I was gonna say it, but Tasha said she heard that before. Some people clean themselves with bleach.
I've heard that before.
I've heard of that before, but I ain't heard of cleaning your food with it. Like you trying to clean your inside, you might want to drink the bleach.
You know that Trump told everybody that bleach killed the Rona, you know what I'm saying? So
see? He was on to something.
Season your chicken with the bleach, you get the Rona, you good.
There it is, see? So all right, with that, we can shoot up out of here. Oh, let me see. Is our producer back on? Because I seen him throw a thing on there. Let's see. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me check in with him and see. Was he able to log back in? Because he was having technical difficulties.
I think he's watching through Facebook.
Yeah, he was watching through Facebook, but then he answered once or twice in the post. So I just wanted to see if I had to end it or if he was gonna end it. Like I said, we appreciate everybody for coming out. We had who was that? The missus. We appreciate you stepping in, you know what I'm saying, over on YouTube, on the YouTube.
Agreed. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the new subscribers, listeners, watchers, supporters, opinionation.
So can I ask y'all a question? If I say peace, is that old school or something?
You can sound yourself out however you want. If you want to say that,
because I was watching the video, right? I know we're finna get off, but I was watching an old video. You know how your videos come up in your memories, and it was of Tristan driving when he was first learning how to drive. And at the end of the video, I'm like, peace, and you hear the kids. Tristan was like, okay, Mom. Tristan said, oh my God. Egypt was like, oh my God, and I'm like, what?
You know what I found out? Whatever their parents say, the kids
is lame.
When they were saying when merch was a big thing, if you'd have said merch, they'd have some, oh my God, no. So if you say some new school shit, they'd be
like, Tristan always say, Mom, please don't say that ever again.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever you say to your kids is lame. You know what I'm saying? Anything. And so you just need to,
I think peace will never go out of style though. Like
peace can go out of style. It's peace. Okay? I can't wait for boss to come back in style. I can't wait to call something boss, man. That's boss. I think I'm gonna bring it back in style myself. Go get me a boss outfit. You know what I'm saying?
You need to have one of those leather joints Eddie Murphy had, one of them little leather caps.
The leather beanies, boys.
Yeah.
I'm saying something. That's why anything. I'm just gonna start bringing back old school words. Jive turkey. Everybody can be jive turkeys for a while. So, all right, bro, we gotta get out. Oh, before we get out of here, let me see. How we gonna do this third quarter? What we gonna do in here? How we gonna get some accountability going? I need some accountability. We'll talk about it after the show.
Yeah, talk about that.
Flag on the play with Lamar. You can't use boss no more. Come on, Lamar. Lamar look like a cat who say boss still.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. He look like he look like he be saying boss.
Lamar look like he still say boss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know they're redoing House Party. Yeah, LeBron James Company is redoing it. They picked the actors and everything already. So,
I don't
now you don't say
believe
boss.
we don't believe
We
you.
don't
You
believe
need more
you need more
people.
people, baby. You saying boss, definitely. Definitely saying it. All right, when we
He
get off
said boss and still call niggas cat daddy.
cat daddy with the hand that go like that, you know what I'm saying? That backwards knife edge, you know. So, hey y'all, I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna get my because when we come back next week, we are going to be in the second month of the third quarter. So by next week, I'm gonna have my accountability plan laid out so we'll know how I'm moving with that there. Hopefully we'll start talking to y'all so y'all can get y'all third quarter cracking. We need to end the year off pretty good, y'all, going into it. Hopefully all things don't close back up. People think Chicago probably gonna close back up because there's a lot of Palooza and stuff afterwards, but hopefully everything don't close back up. At that. Oh, Dalton Bears, we have started our football practice, so if anybody got a little shorty they want to play, Dalton Park, y'all can bring them out there. Y'all can give me a call. Y'all can check me here, send me a message for that. Our first game is August the 29th. It's a Sunday. We're playing Evergreen Park in Evergreen Park. First time ever playing them. They just came into our league, so this probably should be a pretty good game. Y'all should come out, check us out. I'm going to figure out a way to try to stream some of the games, but I ain't got that part all the way down yet. But other than that, no more announcements from me. Jay, anything you need to tell them?
As always, tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. We appreciate the support. Thank y'all for watching us this week. Make sure you come back next week. We love y'all.
Right. Like, share. Please share the videos. Like it. Like Jay said, tell a friend. Invite some people. Say we had decent conversations, thought provoking, especially if you know somebody that like to, share their opinions.
Yeah, I like people that are contrarians for the sake of being a contrarian. So if you know somebody that if you tell them the sky blue, they gonna tell you it's green. Like, bring them in.
I might mess around and say they're stupid or call them ignorant or some shit like that.
That's all right. We need that.
Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah, so you know me, I talk stupid like that.
Thanks, Doctor. Peace.
All right. Peace.